We have with us tonight Mr. Sujano. He claims, and I have no reason to not believe him because he's not affiliated with Trollcoin, nor is he a troll or anything like that. He's a serious guy. He claims laughing does not help, okay? You're ruining this. Claims that he has coronavirus. Sir, please tell us why you have it.
Why? Well, I didn't choose to. There's a million reasons. So,
okay. Why do you think you got it?
Why?
Yeah.
Like symptoms, or as in?
No, like I mean, do you think you got it simply because you were out in public and you're touching stuff and you're touching your face, stuff like that, or?
No, like I was super diligent. We all were.
Okay.
And at work and stuff, they had like we're mandated to work from home now, but they had hand sanitizers and shit out. Like they were really diligent. But the problem was we had a lot of face-to-face meetings with people.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, I take public transit in to work and back every day.
Okay.
So it could have been like anybody on public transit. It doesn't take much because I'm on the train for, I don't know, like 40 minutes.
Right, you're sitting there in close proximity.
Yeah, and recycled air. So it's,
right.
Good luck. So my wife had it first, and then I got it from her.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And I'm assuming you guys are in the, you don't have to tell me your age, but you're in the between the 30 and 40 age range?
Yeah, between 30 and 40. So,
okay.
I'll let you ask the questions. Yeah, I won't go off. Yeah, we're between 30 and 40.
Okay. So it is your best understanding, obviously, without knowing for sure, that you most likely caught it by either breathing air that was contaminated, or possibly touching a public surface. Let me ask you a follow-up question to that with the public transit. Were you wearing gloves at that point?
Oddly enough, yes. Like I wore not rubber gloves, but I'd wear like winter gloves on the train.
Okay, but it's not like you were wearing gloves and then you would carefully take them off and not put them in your pocket or something and not use them again. You were just using winter gloves that you would reuse. Yeah.
Okay. And then I'd wipe them down when I got into the office.
Okay. With like cleaning supplies or just kind of?
Yeah. They had all people started stealing them, but which is ridiculous. That's an argument for another day.
How is that
it's
even?
Like
how does that happen in Canada? I mean Canada.
I don't know. People are dumb.
Damn. All right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, no worries. So no, I'd wipe my gloves off and stuff, and then I'd wipe my hands off. I'd wipe my surface off. I'd wipe my phone off. I'd wipe like everything off. It didn't matter. Like it's airborne, right? So it doesn't necessarily matter.
Okay. I mean, if it's airborne, then obviously, because I work in the animal care profession, and I go and I see clients all the time, and I guess just like the cold, you can get it by airborne moisture particles that are expelled from someone that has it, or even sweat splattering in the air. And certainly when it's cold out, as I'm sure it is in Canada right now, you're wearing a lot of clothes and you're taking stuff off. So I can see how body fluids, not making a joke, but body fluids, whether it's sweat or just moisture in general, can very easily transfer to surfaces. And even especially if you're sneezing, I guess it just takes one person to sneeze in a closed surface for it to circulate around. And as far as I understand, the virus, it's not like it lives forever, but depending on what surfaces, I just heard on the news today, like it does very well on plastics and metal, so it can survive. I think I don't remember the numbers. I'm not going to repeat them, but it survives longer on plastic and metal. On cardboard,
it's like a couple days or something crazy.
Yeah, several days for sure. Cardboard, maybe 24 hours. And in the air, it can also survive for an extended period of time, certainly long enough to, have someone be infected in a room, sneeze, leave, and then have you come in, I don't know, minutes or an hour later and possibly even get infected. I don't know. So, okay, so the point is that you took all reasonable precautions and you still contracted the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when your wife first God, like first of all, how did you guys even know that you had it?
Wife had a low grade fever. Like she just had a fever, and she was having trouble breathing and pain in her lungs.
Like a
and she doesn't
burning
know what
pain
it
or
is.
a pressure or
Yeah, it's I've got it now, so I can explain it. It's almost like someone like just punched you right in the sternum, and knocked the wind out
sternum,
of
like
you.
right in the center, right here.
Yeah, yeah. And just it hurts to breathe, and it's almost it's hard to explain, but it friggin' hurts.
Okay.
And shortness of breath and stuff like that. So she had it first.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, that's not right. Maybe like I didn't know if she was just freaking out and having like a panic attack or something because of the coronavirus. But
If I can jump
no.
in right there for a second,
Yeah.
I've been, I'm not a person that tends to panic or have anxiety attacks. Virtually never. I think at one point in my life, maybe 15 years ago, I did have a very stressful year, and I remember there was heaviness in my chest, and anyone that's had panic attacks or has had that kind of issue know exactly what it feels like. And I started getting that, I'd say about 3 weeks ago, but I am 99% sure that is just stress from everything going around, and I'm not going to go into details about stress or whatnot. I try to keep it nice and clean here. But so that was my initial concern, obviously. And excuse me. But I didn't have the fever, and I didn't have shortness of breath in the same way that you would have, actually, let me have you go on when you're talking about shortness of breath. Shortness of breath meaning, do you feel something in your lungs as you're breathing besides the pain, like obstruction or
no, like I'm at like the verge of like it's where I feel like I'm going to cough, but I'm not coughing yet. So don't forget too, like coronavirus, it manifests differently in everybody, right? Like you could have it and have no symptoms.
That's the confusing part, because I've heard everything from it was a mild cold, everything to people having to go into the ICU and have go into a ventilator and have oxygen pumped into their blood directly.
Like if you've got pre-existing conditions, you're toast. Like if it's if you've got if you have bad asthma or if you have anything like that, like that'll really kick the crap out of you. Like right now, I'm a healthy guy. I've got a messed up knee, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
And besides that, like I'm pretty active. I work out.
You're a stud, bro.
But anyway, thanks for that. But anyway, no, it's tough because it's like my wife and I are pretty active people and pretty healthy otherwise, and this is kicking the shit out of both of us, but it's interesting because there's a lot of misinformation on what the actual symptoms are and what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's different in like everybody. Like what's his name? The one actor, Idris Elba or something.
Oh, Idris Elba.
Yeah,
Edra.
that's it. I was close. I had the right letters ish. But
I'm sure I butchered it too.
You probably butchered it too. But he's got it and he's got no symptoms. So it's interesting. He was tested because he came into contact with someone with it and tested positive. So
okay.
Whereas like if you have like a pre-existing condition, even like diabetes or something, it could kick the crap out of your immune system, right? So
interesting, right? I guess anything that will lead to a lowered immune system or where your body has trouble dealing with stuff in general.
Yeah. Like,
wow.
Even if you got like diabetes or literally anything.
Okay. So now you have it. You both have it. How long? What was the difference in the time frame between your wife starting having severe symptoms to where you got severe symptoms?
A day, I would say. Like I started
so it was
feeling
quick.
it. Yeah, we probably got it around the same time.
Okay.
She felt like shit throughout the day, and then at night I was actually doing a YouTube video. And I was having to stop to take breaths. What the hell's going on? And then I just thought I was tired, and I woke up the next day, and it's like, no, this is something different. So,
Okay. Wow, that's serious. Okay, so, and then how far in are you, and what do you like as far as I'm assuming you've been to the doctor by this time?
We were told no. We were told not to go. So,
okay.
So I called the hospital and was like, listen, like we need to get checked out. We're pretty messed up here.
Yeah.
And the hospital said, call, like we live just outside of Toronto. Call the city health agency or whatever the heck it's called.
Okay.
And then, so after that, I called them. Hold on, I'm getting a pop-up here. So if I'm cutting out, let me know.
Yeah, no worries. I can hear.
And okay, good. After I called the city, they said, well, they don't have enough tests to test someone of my age, because I gave them like, do I have any pre-existing health conditions? And I was like, no. Your age, what are your symptoms? And it's like, okay. And they said you probably have it, but you can't get tested. And I was like, well, F this. Then I called the Ontario government. That's the province I live in.
Okay.
Yeah. And they said, we'll have a doctor call you back. So a doctor called us back, screened us over the phone.
Okay.
And was like, yeah, you guys definitely have coronavirus, based on the symptoms, based on what we're going through. And then he said, you can't come in, because there's not enough tests. Like they're saving the test kits for high risk individuals who are compromised. So like,
oh wow,
the elderly or someone who has like, maybe someone on oxygen or something. So
right, and that makes sense. I mean, it's unfortunate that you can't get a confirmation, but so they're pretty confident based on the description that you gave that this is what you have. Now, if I may hop in and play devil's advocate, is it possible you guys just have the regular flu, or does that not make sense? I'm just asking your opinion on that.
Yeah, based on the symptoms we have, it's not the regular flu, because like I don't have a stuffy nose. I don't have. It's all respiratory.
Okay. Understood. Yeah. Wow, that's nuts, man. That is nuts. And are you guys on the up and up at this point, or?
Level set. So like it's been level. Like it's like Sunday I was in considerable amount of pain.
Okay.
And then yesterday and today, and Monday too, I guess, because it's Wednesday. But just kind of level. Like it's lingering, and it's hard to like. I find myself wheezing, if that makes sense.
You sound good. You don't sound clearly like you have something going on in your lungs. But then again, you've always had a deep voice, and it could be the microphone as well. But you certainly sound like you're taking little pauses here and there.
Yeah, just if I talk too much, it hurts a lot. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm taking her easy, but my voice is fine because I don't have fluid, I don't think, in my lungs.
Okay.
I just have it's just like inflammation and stuff right now. So.
Okay. And what advice have you been given by doctors, like the course of action? I mean, you're obviously going to be home. You're going to shelter in place. You're going to, obviously you're not allowed, or you should not go outside, obviously, and you probably don't want to either. Any medication or anything that they've said, hey, you should take this or drink this or do, like, what's the basic stuff?
Well, they said visit seniors' homes. They said visit a lot of people. No,
go party, drink some NyQuil, and or DayQuil. Sorry.
That's right. They said basically self-isolate. Like don't go out to go get groceries or anything. Mm-hmm. Have some bring them. Don't visit your parents or anyone like that. That's
and I'm assuming you guys are taken care of in that department. You have friends or family that are helping you guys out.
Yeah, and we stocked up. Like we stocked up weeks before all of this shit happened.
Good.
Yeah, just a little bit out of paranoia. I did it mostly I didn't want to be inconvenienced by people panic buying. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I just bought a few extra things here and there.
You're a smart man, because I was at Costco today, and it was like Disneyland, where they had set up empty pallets in a zigzag pattern outside the front door, and they were letting in people in groups. And I was like, oh, this is like a fun ride. But you know what? It wasn't that bad. It wasn't, like I went in there and there was nothing there. I got some water and stocked up on just different items. And I haven't bought kitchen paper rolls, and we use a lot of it because we have pets and with our business and everything. So we were pretty much running out of like kitchen paper, which I don't know why people are buying so much of it, but obviously for stocking up reasons, because people think it's going to get really bad, I guess. But so it wasn't that bad, but you're definitely that was a smart move that you saw the panic sort of coming, which obviously it did, I'm sure, around the world. Okay, so good. And then so you guys are good, you're set up, and then about like, did the doctors say just simply just hang out, chill, and this is going to resolve on its own, or did they say do this or do that in order to speed up the progress?
Yeah, they said basically rest, drink lots of fluids, eat healthy, and don't go outside, don't tax yourself inside the house, don't try to work out.
Okay. So exactly, basically the same thing
rest.
You should do when you have the flu, minus any.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Minus the Tamiflu.
They said if it gets worse, like if it gets worse and you're having, you're struggling to breathe, come on in.
Okay, but that's a curious thing though. Okay, let's it's not going to happen. You guys are strong. You guys are going to be good. But let's say it does get worse.
Yeah, fingers crossed it doesn't get worse, but you never know.
Yeah, do you just hop in your car and drive to the emergency room, or?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay, so they're literally saying that if it comes to that, it's not like you're going to call them and they're going to come in and help you or do something. It's you have to get yourself.
Yeah, like if you need medical treatment, right? Like medical assistance.
Right.
Just cart yourself down there.
Okay.
So
Wow.
Honestly, like Canada is not prepared for this. The amount of people being reported who have coronavirus is not accurate. Like, you think about it, it's like we have 10. Let's pretend the city says, oh, we got 10 new cases of coronavirus. It's like, how many test kits do you have? Oh, we only have 10.
Right.
Well,
oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, because I'm looking at the numbers and comparing it with reality numbers around the globe, and I'm just like, it's being presented as a doomsday scenario, more or less. The world is pretty much coming to a screeching halt, but we're looking at these numbers and they're just so low. Even the 80,000 plus in China, which now have been completely tapered off, which also doesn't really make any sense because there's like over 1 billion people in there, and 80,000 people versus 1 billion. That's a huge difference for it to be a global public pandemic that spreads like wildfire. So yeah, you're onto something right there.
And some of it too is the government, like they don't want to, and this is realistically, this isn't like conspiracy or anything like that. It's just realistically, you want to avoid like mass panic, and when it comes down to like a pandemic, the real enemy, like the real danger, is people acting crazy.
We see that already.
Like if someone shoots a gun in a crowd in the air, more people are going to get hurt by being trampled by other people than the actual gun.
Absolutely. 100%.
That's kind of what they're saying. Like they're saying, like they're telling us on the news, and they're saying, yeah, you don't have to worry. It's not community, like whatever. Like it's not passed easily, but stay in the house and don't go anywhere and don't visit old people. And it's like, well, that's the exact opposite of you're saying it's not contagious. So it's
so there's a lot of doublespeak is what you're saying that you're hearing.
Yeah, they're trying their best just to, like, I can understand it. They're just trying their best not to cause mass panic. Like that's
right.
That's pretty much it.
Right.
And the numbers are probably like underreported on purpose too, because really like it's just gonna freak more people out.
Yeah. No, I have a few clients that I'm still taking care of, and I'm taking every precaution down to not even using the same leash, not touching the dog, using disposable gloves, not staying in the house or talking to the customer if they're home or whatnot. Which now, of course, I'm going to be even more freaked out about after this interview.
Sorry.
No, yeah. How dare you come here with your coronavirus and spread truth? How dare you, jerk?
Spread it over the microphone. Got it now. Sorry.
By the way, thank God for the internet. I mean, the internet and smartphones, aside from shoving them in your face and contracting coronavirus that way, I mean, this is really great that we at least have this, and we have Modern Warfare that we can play, and for those that obviously are not in your situation. But, hopefully you guys are comfortable and chill and all that good stuff.
Yeah. We're pretty fortunate here. I mean, for me, I think the virus, like, really at the end of the day, like, my wife and I are going to be fine. We'll get through it. The symptoms aren't horrible. It sucks. It hurts to breathe. But at the same time, like, we'll get through it. And I think that the biggest danger is the elderly, and unfortunately, like, a large majority of the population are older people, and that's really where the danger is.
Okay.
But it's not.
Yeah,
like it's
of course.
a bad thing. And for me, being isolated, I mean, I've got like 1,000 video games here, so I'm not even too worried about anything.
Yeah, you have it well. You're a gadget man. I mean, there's so many things that you can work on. Have one final question, because I don't want you to get worse just talking to me all night. But the final question is, shit, I had it on the tip of my tongue. Oh yeah. Did the doctors that you talked to, or the advice that you've been given, did they say, like, at what point that you're fine, and when can you go out in public, and moving forward?
Yeah, they said 14 days, so 2 weeks.
Okay, from the point where you started.
Yeah, which is interesting because they say you can get, like, reinfected with this shit, right? Like, so it's like, what the hell? Like, that's the last thing I'd want to, is like 2 weeks go by and go out and get it again.
After already having a weakened immune system. Now,
yeah.
They're saying, medical professionals are saying that you can contract the coronavirus, survive it, and not get immunity to it and get it again?
Well, yeah, because it mutates, right? So it's not necessarily the same one you'd be getting.
So, so you're saying that it's possible that... Okay, hold on, because this is a serious thing.
Yeah, to my knowledge, yeah.
So to your knowledge, but you're talking about it having to mutate and then spread again throughout society.
Yeah.
And do you know? Are there is there information on how often that happens? Like, is that a common thing?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
It's kind of like the flu, right? Like, you can get the flu once in the year and then just get a different strain again later.
That's true. That's true. You're right about that. So, okay.
Like, I don't know.
But I mean, as far as this strain, once you have it, you will now be immune to it, this specific strain. If another strain, like you said, but it's, what are the chances of, that happening? Like, if we compare it to, let's say, the traditional flu that we're all used to, it tends to be on a yearly cycle. But then again, we don't really know much about the coronavirus and how it functions. And if it does mutate a lot faster, then certainly that is an issue. Oh, man. Yeah,
like, chances are I will be fine. But if there's a mutation in it, then absolutely, like, everyone's going to get fucked over again.
Right.
So, and I don't know. I don't think there's enough information for them to know what's going to happen.
I mean, that's certainly not something that we even probably want to talk about right now, because we're let's just deal with this first one right here and not freak out people and say this is going to be an everlasting thing, because gosh, no. Anyway, I refuse to believe that. But Sujano, okay, I'm going to let you go because you need to rest. And seriously, thank you for sharing this, because I've been so curious about hearing about this from someone that actually has it and I think you've given a lot of insight, and I think hopefully some comfort to people who may be freaking out, such as Peleus and Giovanni Pickle, of course, totally freaking out right now. But gosh, okay, thank you, Sujano. And
If anyone, oh sorry.
Oh no, no, please go ahead. That's all I had to say.
If anyone contracts it, honest to God, that the best way to deal with coronavirus is just beg for troll coin. It'll make everything go away.
It will make you a lot happier, and you will be at least
all your problems.
Yeah, financially stable, and not have to worry about food and rent and stuff like that. So yeah, you gotta. It certainly hasn't killed your sense of humor, you greedy bastard.
No.
Well, with that said, I'm just gonna. I guess if anyone in chat has any specific questions that I haven't already asked, even though I'm a interviewing genius, obviously, please do ask while we still have this guy. I'm just gonna tip you some troll coin here. What's a good amount?
No, don't. I was being a dick. Don't.
No. This will accelerate. This will, by your own words, and I believe you. This. Look at that. Oh shit! Oh, there we go. $1.06.
5,000 trolls is $1.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, hey, the market's kind of crashed. Bitcoin crashed. It went from 8,000 to 4,000 in 2 weeks. So that was nice.
How much was down today? I don't even know.
Oh yeah, let's not even look. Oh gosh. So. Anyway.
Yeah, down 1,300 again.
The general is here, and I told him to shut the hell up. Poor Texas Size hopped into Discord, and he's like, "Hey guys," and I was rude to him, so I apologize for that. But anyway, we're gonna continue on with Troll and Bones, Corona and Bones, and well, can't really. How do you follow this? We go from a real live coronavirus infection interview to talking about how to deposit troll coin into unnamed exchange. I guess that works. That's a good segue.
All right, peace out.
Sujano, take care and say hi to your wife. And if you need anything, if you need me to, to FedEx some toilet paper over to you, you just let me know.
All right, will do.
All right, have a good
Thanks,
night.
And take care. Yeah.
There he goes, Mr. Sujano. Confirmed corona case. Him and his wife. He's a big troll, but I don't have any reason to believe that he would troll about something this serious. I certainly wouldn't. And but that was pretty crazy. So he did not. Him and his wife did not get the test. But I'm gonna put this up so you can rewatch the interview, and he imparted, I think, some good knowledge that confirms a lot of things. The medical professionals that he talked to over the phone, they said basically, yeah, you guys definitely have it, and the symptoms are very specific in the way he described them. So yeah, I know it's kind of weird, Troll and Bones. We're talking about troll coin, and then all of a sudden, so I know it's He's our Mr. Sujano, and I have no reason to mistrust him. I asked him specifically, how do you know this is not the flu? And if I remember correctly, the difference between coronavirus and the flu is the coronavirus, you have fever, and you have difficulty breathing specifically, and you have pain. He said specifically that it feels like someone punched you right in the sternum, and that he said that there's a lot of pain. So, there's none of that sort of upper respiratory symptoms of the traditional flu and all that. Then again, of course, as far as we understand, there are different people that have different symptoms. So some people are reporting that it was milder stuff, and some people say that they confirmed tested for coronavirus positive. They have no symptoms. So. But his case seems the classic